I start?
Yes.
Okay. So shots are vital for everyone to consume at least weekly for our health. When I talk about shots, I don't mean alcohol. I'm talking about fruits and vegetables. There are countless beneficiaries that come from shots, cleanses, and superfoods. To give you a fact about myself in this topic, I used to work at a juice bar for almost 2 years, and I gained so much knowledge when it came to what we ate in our bodies. We all have one life and one body, so it's important to know what's going in us. There's lots of vegetables and fruits that help build our immunity and overall health. It's proven that eating a diet with lots of fruits and vegetables help reduce and protect from certain diseases and illnesses. Today I want to educate all of you about benefits that come from shots, smoothies, and superfoods to help you have a healthy body. So about that, these are some places that I'm sure you guys all seen and been to that like sell shots and smoothies and stuff like that. So many people hate getting sick and having that annoying sore throat that lingers around. This is why shots are important for us. They're just a quick boost of wellness. The most common shots are ginger and turmeric that help with inflammation and give off energy. To start off with, turmeric shots are most commonly for when you're sick, feeling fatigue, inflammation like muscle and joint pain. Anthony Williams is a man who dedicates his time to heal people with little to no medicine, informs us how turmeric is the ultimate antidote. It's overall super useful root with agents to help our bodies. It can raise the good levels of cholesterol while bringing the bad levels down, as well as inhibiting any types of cancerous diseases in our body due to its high levels of manganese. Not only that, it also increases the blood flow to certain parts of the body that needs more circulation. So this is like the size of a shot. They're not that tasty, but they're really good for you. And like I said, they help prevent cancer, muscle pain, nauseousness. So it's like a bunch of stuff that goes in it. So turmeric is found in many foods, but ginger is another vegetable that's extremely useful. Ginger shots are energizing, aids in digestion, and helps boost the immune system as well as the metabolism. Some key aspects of taking ginger shots are for the body during post-workout, because ginger helps with recovering strains and repairs in the muscle. It also helps during the workout by boosting the metabolism, which is great for someone who is trying to lose weight because it adds extra acid in the body to help burn any excessive calories. Ginger also aids in digestion as well as soothing an upset stomach. Calms the stomach with any bloating and nauseousness. It also helps relax the muscles in the stomach to make everything go down smoothly. So hint the name ginger shots also helps with hangovers. So next, cleanses have been helping many people with detoxing and losing weight. The process can be quite hassle because some of the cleanses don't really taste very good, but they're very good for you. And the most popular cleanse right now is celery. So here's some celery facts that I'll go over. So I'm sure everyone here has had peanut butter and celery before, but this is different. Celery is overall packed with benefits that consist of chronic illness, aids in digestion, calms inflammation, reduces bloating, and clears up skin conditions. The celery cleanse is very effective when you take 8 to 16 ounces in the morning before you eat breakfast, because on an empty stomach, to break down all the high levels of, or to kick out all the toxins because of the high levels of stomach acid. It also clears up the colon if you have any bloating. So again, Anthony Williams has been consuming celery juice every day for decades now and has helped many people overcome chronic illnesses with this. He wrote a book about how celery juice has healed hundreds of individuals with severe addictions, eczema, migraines, and many more. So cleanses overall help with like a restart in your body to remove all the toxins. So along with that, superfoods are found in lots of foods you eat, and sometimes you don't even know you're eating them. So here's like a picture of superfoods, like blueberries and almonds, strawberries are not really up there, but it's like countless amounts of things that you probably didn't know that were superfoods. And superfoods are just foods and nuts that are basically high in nutrients, and they're very important for our body. Some superfoods are mostly common by people. Most common superfoods that most people eat are acai berries, dark greens, and avocado. So acai berries are mostly consumed in bowls. They look like blueberries, but then I'm sure most of you guys eat them like this when they're blended. These berries can be helpful with preventing cancers and loaded with antioxidants. Depending if it's in a liquid state, it can be high in fat and fiber, good fats. And another superfood is dark greens. The darker the green, the more it's packed with nutrients. So kale and Swiss chard are very bitter because it doesn't have a lot of water in it, because it's more packed with nutrients and vitamins and etc. It's overall important to have a good amount of greens every day. And lastly, avocado. It's full of good fats. The oils derived from it can be better for you rather than using olive oil or canola oil. And it's also high in nutrients, vitamins, and minerals. So overall, I hope you guys learned that your body's like a working machine that's desperate need for healthy foods. It's important to have a variety of superfoods and shots and good things for you to have a happy body that'll last a long time. Should I log out?
No.
Okay.
Well, are you logged into your Google account?
Yeah.
Yes, you should log out. Yes, I'm sorry.
I was like, awkward.
I didn't understand what you were asking about logging out of. That's why I checked.
Shut up. I'm so all of me. I'm sweating. That was good. You did good. Good thing I read off some cards when I wasn't supposed to. Oh.
Alejandra, are you here?
I don't think he's in the class anymore.
I don't think so either. I think that's a non-person.
I don't know. They say he sat right here, but I don't remember what he even looked
Okay.
like. I don't either. He's never here. He never gave me a speech either. So.
All right, well, give me just a second here.
Okay.
Okay. You've got a very clear purpose statement at the beginning of the speech. What you don't have is a very clear preview of what it is you're going to be talking about until I started hearing the speech, and then I realized, oh, that's the organizing structure of the speech. Shots, cleanses, and superfoods, that's actually the structure of the speech. And I didn't realize that as you were talking about it, because you seemed like you were treating them as if they were all the same thing at the beginning, and that's what the subject was going to be about, and you were going to talk about those things. I didn't realize that that's really what the structure was going to be. So that was a little bit confusing. I think the attention device is not as interesting as it could be, and to be frank with you, the only shots I've ever heard of were tequila and whiskey, and so I didn't really know what you were talking about when you used that term at the beginning. I think there's probably a more interesting way that you can introduce the idea. You might have a lot of experience with this in the business that you used to work in, and maybe you consume these sorts of things. The question is, does everybody know about these sorts of things? I've heard the term cleanses before, and superfoods, yes. I'd never heard the term shots being referred to vegetable juice before, and apparently that's one of the things that they use to describe it, at least at the juice bar. You did kind of define it as you went along. We finally got a visual referent, and I thought that that helped a little bit. I think that could have come a little bit earlier in the process, and it would have made things easier for me to figure out what it was you were talking about. The supporting material, I heard Anthony Williams being quoted a couple of times, and the first time I heard him quoted, I didn't really know why I should be listening to Anthony Williams. Later on, when you quoted him, he's the author of a book about celery, and I'm going, okay, so that's the reason I should be listening to him. That gives him a little bit more credibility. I think it would be helpful if you had some additional sources that you were citing as well. I think the first thing that you're talking about is tumors, and I'm not sure exactly is that like radishes? What are you talking about when you're talking about tumors? I didn't know what that was. Ginger, I've heard of. You know, that's the one right next to Mary Ann on Gilligan's Island, but you know, I didn't know what you were talking about when you were referring to tumor. And I thought, okay, is that a vegetable? Is that a fruit? Is that something that they take out of a human's body after they do surgery and then they turn it into shots? I don't know what the hell that is. You know, so I think you're making assumptions about what the audience is going to know and that you need to provide a little bit more background on. I like the fact that early on you kind of gave some personal explanation about your expertise. That makes it sound like you know what you're talking about. On the other hand, I'm also watching you read everything, and I'm wondering, well, if you know all about this, why are you having to read so much about it? You should be able to explain this and talk to us like a human being instead of rushing through the material while you're reading it, which is what it feels like sometimes. So the delivery, I think, is a little bit problematic. But once I figured out what the organizational structure is. It's just topical around those things. Then it was relatively clear. The signposts are relatively clear. You have a visual reference that goes with most of those things as well. The images are perfectly fine. I don't know that they create a whole lot of understanding, except that they give us some visual reference to the things that people might be consuming. You said several times that stuff doesn't taste very good, and I'm going, oh, great. So, big surprise, something that doesn't taste good is the thing that's going to be good for you. That's pretty consistent with the world. Like I said, at the end of this presentation, it really felt like you were rushing the ending, like you were in a hurry to get done. You've got plenty of time. You can pace yourself out a little bit more. And like I said, we're going to work on delivery issues next, so don't fret about that too much. But there were a couple of issues there. Okay, thank you. Okay. Kylie, you're up next.